you limit yourself based on what your mind is saying.
Hello and welcome to the Feminine as Fuck podcast. I'm your host, Monica Yates, a period and ICF certified women's life coach, and I help women to harness the power of their period and connect to their feminine flow. In these episodes, we'll be talking about all things periods, hormones, confidence, health, food, money, sex, business, feminine flow, your brain, energy, and all the stuff that goes through our heads. You will walk away from each episode with new chicken nuggets and truth bombs, as I don't have a filter and I love talking about all the shit that people are thinking but too afraid to say.
Hello ladies, back again. Still got a sick voice, but we're rolling with it, right? Because imperfect action is better than no action. Now, I did a sticker thingy about things you want me to talk about on the podcast, and one of them was quantum leaping or like quantum field, blah, blah. Now, I am excited to dive into this, and we're going to dive into this way more in New York, but we're going to do it in New York, but I want to explain to you guys a little bit about it, okay? So, the first thing I want to say is that the reason why I can imagine my dream life different to your dream life is because we are different. We have different paths that we need to be on, okay? And there is infinite versions of you in this universe. And the more that you can connect with those different versions, the faster you can get there. Because everything is vibration. Now, some people might ask, like, how did I get to where I want to go in such a quick amount of time? And the mind, right? The mind and our beliefs in society tell us that we need to be doing a job for like this many years before we become a pro at it. But the thing is, if it's your natural ability, if you're naturally amazing at it, why would you put time into the equation? Because if there is a version of you in a parallel universe that's already like the most, for example, successful period coach in the world, why would I need extra time or years and years and years in my human experience to know all of the information when I could literally download it straight away from her? This is a woo-woo topic, but it's woo-woo, but I also want to say it's the law of physics. Like it's just physics, okay? Not law of physics. It is just physics. It's quantum physics, okay? There's actually nothing that woo-woo about it. It's all science with a lot of also believing, okay? Because the believing part is like, how is it that the dreams that pop into my head are so different from the dreams of yours? That is something that we don't yet know, but what we do know is that your thoughts create your reality because everything is vibration, right? And the more that you visualize and the more that you expand your mind, the more you're able to bring it into your life, okay? And that's how you quantum leap, okay? Now, not how, that's a quantum leaping thing. Now, obviously, there's scientists like Stephen Hawking and Albert Einstein, and they have really been studying the idea of alternate universes for a while. So it's really showing us that somewhere out there, according to the law of quantum physics, there is a version of you that has already accomplished everything. Oh, how good is this? She's already accomplished, or he has already accomplished everything that you desire. Okay, so that, like when I do visualization stuff with you ladies in my events, and you're like, I can feel it, but how do I get there? Like, you have to fuck off the how. Because the reason why you can feel it and you can taste it and you can visualize it is because it's already there. You can't visualize stuff that's not already there waiting for you. It just excites me so fucking much, okay? Because the universe is infinite, there is so many possibilities that exist. There's literally not a cap. You can't even imagine half of your life. Like, I can't even imagine what I'll be doing when I'm 35. Cannot imagine. I know I'll have kids, but that's it. I cannot imagine the rest, okay? And in each of these different universes, there's like another kind of different version of yourself who's lived a different life. And that person has basically become a pro and gotten all this knowledge that you want to know now and all this wisdom from a completely different set of life experiences, but you can draw on that and you can have it now. So what happens is when we're a child, right, we have all of our dreams and we want to be an astronaut, we want to be a princess, we want to be a pop star. That was one for me. I want to be a pop star. And then as soon as we kind of get into like the adulting, we really get swamped down by society and what we should do and, fuck shoulds and what we should do and what we're meant to do and what's secure and what makes money and what's easy or whatever it is. And we really shut down our imagination. But the thing is, we have our imagination for a reason. We aren't given shit with no purpose. Maybe our appendix, but that's it. We have like there is a fucking reason why we have this incredible ability to imagine so much, right? So all you have to do is stretch your mind and imagine. And like, if you could do anything in the world, what would it be? Because the reason why you can think of that is because it's actually available to you. Your mind then comes into the equation and says, no, I can't, I don't have the money, I shouldn't, rah, rah, rah. But the reason why you've imagined it and the reason why it's there and why you actually want it is because it's serving a purpose for you. For example, if someone's put in front of me like, do you want to go to this doctor training? I would be like, no, because that like doesn't actually call me. It's got no purpose. But there's something that's come into my realm at the moment is to go and do 650 hours of like tantric training. And that is really pulling me, and I need to actually book in for it. And that's really pulling me. And so I'm like, yes, that would not have been brought into my existence. My mind wouldn't, my body, my soul, my energy would not have been attracted to that if it wasn't there for a purpose. That's why there's some things that draw us and some things that don't. So that's why I say to you girls, if like an event, if one of my events draws you in, if one of my programs draws you in, it's only drawing you in because there's something in there that's going to serve you for your next dimension, that's going to help you reach your dream life. And so many of you limit yourself based on what your mind is saying, but you would not have been pulled towards it if there wasn't something that served you about it. Okay? If you're not pulled towards it, then don't fucking do it, because it's not serving you, right? But if you're being pulled towards something that I'm offering and you're saying no, you are holding yourself back from your dream life. You are holding yourself back from getting everything that you want right now. Okay? So quantum jumping is like creative visualization. It's like visualization that you've never fucking experienced before. It's this combination of a lot of different things that we really use our five senses and we bring it all in to get you to imagine and visualize and sense and feel what that life is going to be like. Okay. So during New York, I'm actually going to take you guys through a whole massive quantum leaping process. We'll do it every single day of the 3 days, so that you can really quantum leap. So we're going to go through that all in New York. And if you're in the mastermind and stuff, you get my tracks and whatever for doing that. Okay. So with quantum jumping, basically you're visualizing and meeting this alternate version of yourself, and you're helping you to get to that version of yourself faster, because if you create a vibration of that, you will then attract that version of you in. If you are wanting something and you are offering a vibration that's different to that of what you're wanting, you can't actually attract it in. So let's say, for example, you want to attract $100,000. If you're offering a vibration of scarcity, then you're literally not going to attract the $100,000 in, because like you're not offering a vibration of that. Okay. So all this vibrational work is really important. But the key thing is that a lot of people are like, oh, but I'm doing the vibrational work. Why isn't it working? It's not working if you've got limiting beliefs that are blocking you. With quantum leaping, the way it works is when you have to get rid of your ego, and you have to get rid of your limiting beliefs to be able to get it, because your limiting beliefs pull you back. So that's why with the quantum leaping stuff, it's like, or the quantum jumping, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you need to do the subconscious work before you do that, because if you try and do it with all the limiting beliefs and all that crap in the back of your head, you won't get the results that you want to get. Okay? Hopefully this is all making sense, right? But some of the things that you can be like getting with quantum leaping is relationship, find the partner of your dreams or improving your relationships, abundance and success. That's a really big one. Getting the confidence, finding a new job, attracting a new job in, attracting money in is really a big one. Any sort of health issues, just your personal growth and your life growth is a really big one. And the thing is, like, this is where it's about timing, not time, because so many of us are like, oh, I've got to do 3 more years and then I'll become a pro. But you are a pro now if you are embodying that version of yourself, because you've already experienced it in an alternate reality. Does that make sense? That's why, like, I've grown so quickly in like a year, because like obviously this is my natural fucking ability and I've done it somewhere else before, so it's easy for me and it's second nature, and I've just quantum leaped this whole fucking process. Okay. And you can also quantum leap like even skill things like learning a new language, right, or dancing or something. And this is all literally just like an overview of quantum leaping, because there is so much of it. But this is about you becoming who you were meant to be when you are put on this planet. And a lot of us, very, very deep down, we know what we're meant to be, but we can't actually access it because of our blocks and because of all of the shit that's holding us back, right? So the more that you're in your feminine, the more that you're in alignment, the easier all of this becomes. Okay. And as you grow older, as you really get more into your mind and more into your brain, you hold yourself back more. Okay. And that whole daydreaming thing, a lot of us were told when we were younger, like, stop daydreaming, or she's just a daydreamer. That daydreaming is your creative visualization. It's magic. It's there for a reason. It's so important. Okay. So, in a nutshell, quantum leaping is basically you jumping into an alternate reality of yourself so that you can access that version of yourself faster, so you can access your dream life faster. And the key thing is that when you are quantum leaping, you have to then live that out. And so many of you limit yourself based on your stupid ideas in your head, right? They're stupid because they're not real. The only truths in the universe are universal laws. They're the only truths. Everything else is bullshit. Everything else is a story that you've been telling yourself, or that's been passed down from your parents or their parents, right? So much juicy stuff. So much juicy stuff. So what we do is by using a step-by-step creative visualization process, and I really like tying in all the five senses because it makes it even more feminine and like delicious. We jump you into an alternate universe, and you might go, what the fuck? You go through like a portal. I had a session with my kinesiologist, and whenever I do past life stuff, I will often like just go there without even the intention. And it's literally, I'm like, Charlie, I'm going through portals. She's like, yeah, you are, baby. It's like I go through fucking portals, and it's absolutely amazing. So we do a visualization process, and we take you into an alternate universe, and you really get to experience this version of yourself, and then you can bring it into your current reality. It's actually such a beautiful way for you guys to be able to access the ultimate version of yourself, the ultimate dream life. Because right now, if you're listening to this, chances are you're living a very limited version of you, which might trigger the fuck out of you. But that's the fucking truth. Okay, so this is a really beautiful tool that I get to do with my New York girls, and you can buy your ticket. The link's in the description. It's a really beautiful process that I'll be taking you all through in a very, very deep way to be able to really access that. And we'll also be able to then, because I do a lot of subconscious work as well, we'll also be able to access like the limiting beliefs that might be stopping you from getting that dream life as well. And I really like doing this for girls that are really focused on the how, and they find it really challenging to be like, how the fuck can I double my monthly income? How can I make my yearly income my monthly income? Like, what the fuck? How is that possible? That's where your mind is limiting you. And that's where the quantum leaping stuff can be really, really beneficial. And I use it all the time for myself. Really beneficial in helping you to tap into that limitless potential, because it's so limitless and it's so beautiful. And we do live in a limitless universe. And whatever you can imagine, you can only imagine because it's there waiting for you. You need to do the work to actually be able to access it. So, another juicy little chicken nugget episode. I'm going to leave it there for you ladies. Make sure that you've booked your New York tickets. If you haven't already, any questions, send them to manager@monicayates.com.au, because I cannot wait to take you guys all through these incredible processes. We're going to do so much about this, but also like archetypes and embodiment stuff and childhood release work and anger release and womb activation. And oh my God, I literally can't even go over it. I'm going to make a whole entire episode talking about it that you can listen to if you're interested. But remember, if you feel that pull, it's there because there's something waiting for you in the event. If you don't feel the pull, then you don't need to come, obviously. But if you feel the pull, you only feel it because you need it. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel it. Just look at things all the time. Like, if you don't feel like going to the shops, because you don't need to go to the shops. Or if you don't feel like doing this course, because you don't need to, but then you'll feel these random pulls towards doing other things. And just look at the proof in your life where maybe, for example, you felt the pull. So even some of you have felt the pull to listen to like my podcast. And then you sent me amazing messages of how much I've changed your life from listening to podcasts. Like, you would not have felt the pull if it wasn't there. And there are thousands of other podcasts that you scroll through and don't feel the pull. And there'll be one that makes you go, huh? And you'll open up and listen to one episode and you're hooked. So make sure that if you feel the pull, you act on it. Otherwise, you're not listening to your intuition. And you want to be, the thing is, the more you listen to your intuition, the more it shows up for you, okay? And your intuition really guides you to that dream life as well. So you really want to be listening to your intuition. Okay, I love you all. Bye. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you got lots of chicken nuggets out of today's episode. I would be really, really grateful if you'd be able to leave me a review and a star rating that you think is appropriate, hopefully 5. And if you could share this podcast so that I can help more women live a life of flow and ease, I would be so fucking grateful. Make sure you tag me in it on Instagram so I can personally thank you, because I know so many of my clients
have found me literally because their friends have posted about my podcast on their Instagram story. And I just want to help as many women as possible. So by you sharing it, I would be so fucking grateful, and I'm sure your friends would be too. If you do want to welcome me, please do check out my website for all those details. And of course, you can DM me on Instagram with any other questions. If you have any podcast things you want me to talk about, any ideas, any feedback, I am always open to it, and I always love hearing what you guys have to say. So please don't hesitate about that either. I will catch you on the flip side. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are.